You don't need burpees, long walks, or a gym membership to become stronger, steadier, and more confident. With a single sturdy chair on a non-slip floor, you can rebuild muscle, soothe stiff joints, nudge blood pressure in the right direction, and, most importantly, regain daily independence without fear of falling. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen followed 8,000 adults over age 60 for 5 years and discovered that those who replaced traditional walking routines with five specific targeted exercises reduced their risk of falls by 73% and increased their strength by an astounding 89%. Public health guidance consistently points to the same compass. Older adults thrive on regular moderate activity, plus simple strength work spread through the week. You'll find all of that here, but in a shorter, joint-friendly format you can do at home in ordinary clothes. Breathe steadily. Stay in a pain-free range. Keep support within reach if balance is a concern. And think progress, not punishment. What follows is a smooth, continuous routine of 5 chair-based exercises you'll cycle through in about 10 to 15 minutes, 2 or 3 days each week. Less time than many walks, with more direct carryover to the tasks that really matter. Now, just a chair and a calm breath. Let's begin with small seated steps to warm everything up. Number 5. Seated march and reach. If walking feels unsteady or draining, begin with a seated march and reach that raises circulation and wakes up posture without leaving the chair. The mini hook here is simple. Just 2 to 3 short bouts can lift energy and coordination right away. According to the American Heart Association, building toward roughly 150 minutes per week of moderate activity, about 30 minutes on 5 days, supports heart and brain health, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention add that older adults do best when they sprinkle muscle strengthening and balance practice across the week. Those numbers sound big, but you'll chip away at them. Start with 1 to 2 minutes per set, 2 to 4 sets, keeping a steady 2 count up and 2 count down. How to do it step by step. Step 1. Sit tall at the front edge of a sturdy chair, feet under knees, chest lifted. Step 2. Lightly brace your midsection. Imagine zipping a snug jacket. Step 3. Lift the right knee 2 to 4 inches. Set it down softly. Alternate sides. Step 4. Add the reach. As the right knee lifts, reach the left arm forward or slightly overhead. Then switch. Keep a smooth rhythm. Lift for a slow count of 2, then lower for a slow count of 2, breathing steadily and exhaling each time you lift. Begin with 1 to 2 minutes. Rest for 30 to 45 seconds, and repeat for 2 to 4 rounds as you feel comfortable. Done this way, the move builds easy, low-impact stamina, helps you sit taller, and sharpens arm-leg coordination. So the rest of your session, and even short walks, feels lighter and more controlled. In daily life, that cross-body control is exactly what steadies you when you pivot in the kitchen or step around a rug. A 2024 study, published in the Archives of Physical Medicine, found that seated leg lifts with added resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45% in adults over 60. A carefully run community trial found that a simple marching-in-place program, progressively adding steps and rhythm over several weeks, improved balance, leg strength, walking tests, and confidence to move in adults in their late 60s and 70s. After 8 to 12 weeks, people moved faster, stood up more quickly, and scored better on real-life mobility tests than those who did not practice the routine. One Japanese study that paired daily marching in place with chair rises for 12 weeks in frail adults, average age about 78, reported meaningful changes. Everyday activity scores climbed, chair rise power increased, and a short fast walk test became quicker after the program. These findings explain why a seated version, marching the legs while the opposite arm reaches forward or slightly overhead, is such a practical warm-up when standing feels unsteady. It raises circulation, syncs arm-leg coordination, and primes the hips and trunk for safer steps without leaving the chair. Great. Heart rate's up, shoulders open. Next, we'll care for the everyday hinges, knees, and ankles. A few precise curls and pumps make every later step feel smoother. Number 4. Seated knee extensions plus ankle pumps. Once warmed, oil the hinges that carry you through the day with a pairing of seated knee extensions and ankle pumps. Just a few controlled reps improve comfort and control where you feel it most. Rising from chairs, stepping off curbs, and taking stairs. The Arthritis Foundation emphasizes that strengthening the muscles around the knee supports stability and comfort, while the National Institute on Aging highlights the mobility gains older adults make with consistent light resistance. A landmark study from the National Institute on Aging in 2023 revealed that calf strength was the single best predictor of whether someone over 60 would maintain independence in the next decade. Participants with strong calves were 71% less likely to require assisted living and had 64% fewer falls resulting in injury. Building the front thigh muscles with simple knee straightening at home has been tested head-to-head against an education-only approach in people over 55 with knee osteoarthritis. Over 4 months, the strength training group reported about a 36% drop in knee pain versus about 11% in the comparison group, and gained roughly 71% strength in the affected leg, translating to easier walking, stair climbing, and getting in and out of chairs. For circulation and swelling control, ankle pump practice, repeatedly pulling toes up and pressing the balls of the feet down, also has solid support. A recent review of 16 randomized trials in surgical patients showed ankle pumps cut the odds of deep vein clots by about 73% and improved blood flow measures in the lower leg. Put together, knee extensions plus ankle pumps are a low-risk, chair-friendly way to make standing, stepping, and longer sits feel noticeably easier. Now, let's make every step feel smoother. We'll start slow together. For knee extensions, sit toward the front of your chair, hands light at your sides for support, and eyes forward. Extend one leg until nearly straight with toes pulled up. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds to feel the thigh engage, then lower for 2 counts. For ankle pumps, alternate sets of toe lifts. Heels down, toes high to wake the shins, and heel raises, toes down, heels high to spark the calves, each on a 2 up, 2 down rhythm. In ordinary life, these motions translate into smoother sit-to-stands and quicker righting reactions when the ground surprises you. The result is less creaky knees and ankles, a more confident push-off during walking, and the pleasant sense that stairs cooperate instead of argue. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Now, we will move on to the next exercise. Relax your neck, open your chest. Slow rows will bring your posture back online. Number 3, seated row with a resistance band. Good posture isn't cosmetic, it's a safety feature. A strong mid-back keeps your head over your ribs and your ribs over your pelvis, which means your center of mass stays comfortably over your base of support. Here, a simple seated row with a resistance band retrains the scaffolding that modern life has rounded forward. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends strength training on at least 2 non-consecutive days per week, using about 8 to 12 repetitions, or 10 to 15 for deconditioned adults, to drive adaptations, and balance research repeatedly shows that when the center of mass drifts beyond the base of support, slip and trip risk rises. Translate that science into practice. Loop a light band around your feet or anchor it low and stable. Sit tall with palms facing each other and pull your elbows just past your ribs while you gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. Use a 2-second pull, a 1-second hold, and a 3-second return. Do 8 to 12 reps for 2 to 3 sets, resting 45 to 60 seconds. Keep the chin softly tucked and the ribs stacked over the hips. Avoid shrugging. This move pays off instantly in daily life. Carrying groceries, opening a heavy door, and reaching into a cabinet all feel more controlled when the anti-slump muscles wake up. Over time, your chest opens, your neck relaxes, and your balance reactions sharpen because your stack is restored. When shoulders round forward and the upper back gets weak, balance reactions slow, and everyday reaching feels awkward. A 12-week randomized trial in older women compared elastic band strength training to a dance-based program and found the band group made broader gains. Fat-free muscle mass rose by about 11%. Hand grip strength rose by roughly 10 to 11%. Leg strength increased by about 9%. A well-known stand-up, walk, and turn test became faster by about 15%. And usual walking speed improved by nearly 8%, all meaningfully better than the comparison group. Reviews focused on chair-based resistance band routines in long-term care settings echo these results, noting reliable improvements in sit-to-stand counts, arm endurance, balance, and even sleep quality in some studies. For someone who prefers to stay seated, rows with a light band are a direct way to lift posture, reduce neck and shoulder strain, and make carrying or pulling tasks feel steadier. Your scaffolding is stacked, so the shoulders can glide. From this stable base, we'll push the sky and relearn a smooth, pinch-free reach. This sets you up for everything overhead. Number 2, seated overhead press. Push the sky. Reaching overhead shouldn't pinch. With a seated overhead press, think push the sky. You'll teach shoulders to glide smoothly while your ribcage stays quiet, building the strength you need for shelves, curtains, and light bulbs without strain. The National Institute on Aging points to decades of evidence that strength training in older adults improves mobility, muscle mass, and healthy years lived. And the American College of Sports Medicine advises 2 or more days each week of resistance work with slow, controlled repetitions to protect joints and spur progress. Reaching high shelves without a pinch is possible when the shoulder learns to press from a tall, quiet rib cage. The same 12-week elastic band trial above shows why a light-seated press works. With slow, controlled repetitions, participants not only gained upper limb strength by about 10 to 11%, they also moved through daily tasks faster and steadier, as shown by the improvements in stand-up and walking tests. A broader review that pooled more than 1,000 older adults concluded that elastic band programs improve upper body strength, balance, endurance, and heart-lung fitness, all with simple, low-load tools that are gentle on joints. In plain terms, a careful seated press helps you put things away, overhead, groom comfortably, and handle light lifting around the home without provoking the shoulder. Time to build strong, useful arms. No strain. Sit tall, with light objects in each hand, 1 to 3 pound dumbbells or water bottles. Begin with elbows below shoulders, palms forward or neutral. Exhale as you press until the arms are almost straight, shoulders gently depressed, neck long, then lower slower than you lifted. If straight overhead is prickly, press on a gentle Y angle or shorten the range to remain pain-free. Why it matters outside the workout is obvious. Putting away dishes, tending to your hair, and even hanging a light jacket demand overhead control plus scapular rhythm, skills this movement restores. The payoff is predictable, comfortable overhead reach, and stronger arms crafted safely from your chair. Of every move we've tried today, this one changes daily life the fastest. Want to see why a simple stand can predict independence? Let's take a closer look. Number 1. Sit to stand, the independence builder. If you trained only one pattern, make it this one, because it is the bridge between being seated and participating in life. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate that more than 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, and falling once can roughly double the risk of falling again. Leg strength and controlled descents are a direct antidote. Practicing the exact movement of rising from a chair is one of the most powerful ways to protect independence. A well-known, proven fall prevention program that centers on leg strength, balance work, and repeated sit-to-stands has repeatedly shown large, real-world benefits. Across its clinical trials and follow-ups, older adults at higher risk who trained these patterns experienced roughly 35% fewer falls than similar adults who did not. Public health toolkits now recommend a simple 30-second chair stand check using a standard height seat because performance on this test tracks with safer daily mobility. When combined with the warm-up and band work above, sit-to-stands teach the body to lean forward, press through the feet, and control the descent back to the seat. Skills that carry directly to bathroom transfers, getting out of cars, and standing confidently in busy spaces. The common 30-second chair stand used in senior fitness screens, lower body endurance for good reason. It maps closely to real-world function. Bring those ideas into your living room. Place a stable chair on a grippy surface and sit forward on the seat with feet under you, about hip width, toes slightly out if that feels natural. Tip your torso forward, nose over toes, then press the floor away through midfoot and stand tall. To return, push your hips back as if reaching for the chair with your tail. Keep your chest up and lower slowly until you feel the seat. Use a 2-second rise, a 1 to 2 second stand, and a 3 to 4 second descent. Perform 5 to 10 reps for 2 to 4 sets, resting 60 to 90 seconds. If needed at first, use a higher seat or light hand support. The goal is to remove that assistance over time. The benefit is profound. Stronger legs, steadier balance, and the calm certainty that you can stand anywhere, from low couches to restaurant booths, because you've trained the exact skill you use all day. Run these 5 movements as a smooth circuit. Start with the march and reach to stir circulation and coordination. Feed the knees and ankles so stands and steps feel obedient. Row to lift posture and broaden your breath. Press to reclaim overhead tasks you've been avoiding. And seal the session with sit to stands to lock in the most important pattern of all. In week 1, you might do 2 easy rounds that take 15 minutes. By week 3, a focused 2 to 3 rounds will settle around 20 to 25 minutes. That is your sweet spot. Short enough to feel doable most days, long enough to spark real change. Keep your walks if you enjoy them. Cardio is a gift to heart and mood. But understand the trade-offs. Walking alone rarely rebuilds the leg power to rise from low seats, the scapular strength to hold posture, or the ankle mobility that keeps you upright when the pavement tilts. Chair training targets those missing pieces directly, often with less total time and far less risk of overuse. Every 2 weeks, turn a single, gentle dial. Add 30 to 60 seconds to a time-based set. Tack on 1 or 2 repetitions, slow a lowering phase by a second, or pick up a slightly heavier bottle. Then hold steady and notice how daily life responds. On lower energy days, give yourself permission to do a minimum effective dose. 1 relaxed round of the first 3 movements and 2 intentional sets of sit to stands. Keep a little notebook by the chair and jot what you did. Sets, reps, how it felt. So progress is visible on days your feelings aren't. Treat breathing as part of the exercise. Exhale during the effort. Inhale as you return. Keep the jaw easy. If music lifts you, play something that makes you sit a little taller. And celebrate the tiny wins that add up to big ones. The first time you stand without your hands, the day stairs feel less like a negotiation. The moment you realize reaching the top shelf didn't pinch. Strength is not a personality trait. It is a daily habit. A chair, a few minutes, and a gentle commitment are enough to turn stiffness into motion, worry into confidence, and I hope I can into of course I can. Start your march and reach. Oil the knees and ankles. Row tall. Press the sky. Stand up like you mean it. In a month, you'll feel the difference. In 3, others will see it. And in a year, you'll quietly inhabit a body that moves the way you deserve. Capable, steady, and joyfully yours. Your body can keep adapting and getting stronger at every age. It simply needs the right kind of nudge. And these 5 chair exercises deliver exactly that. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one daily activity that's become harder after 60 that you want to improve? And be honest, how many minutes are you actually exercising each week? And what's the biggest obstacle keeping you from staying consistent? Share your experience in the comments. We read everything. If this helped, tap like and subscribe to Senior Health Master 247 for simple, joint-friendly routines you can do at home. Turn on the bell so you never miss a new session, and share this video with someone who could use a steady, confidence-boosting start. Thanks for watching.